always in a good way. Wow. Today is a really exciting day for the Birch Show. And it's because of you, the people who've been supporting us. We bring in some outstanding people. But today, I'm going to introduce you to someone who absolutely doesn't need any introduction at all. A movie actor, a philanthropist, you name it, an activist, loves the Indigenous people. I'm here with my good friend, Tom Jackson. Tom Jackson, welcome to the show, my good friend.
Did you say this is a bird show?
It's the bird show.
Wait a minute. It's a bird show.
A bird show, yeah. There you go. Welcome here, Tom. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
What have you been up to?
Well, I had some really interesting things happen this year that brought new life to the understanding of what wellness is and what compassion is. I was at an event a couple of weeks ago, and it was all really understanding kindness. And you realize that you can feel kindness with your eyes closed. You can feel kindness when you can't hear anything. You can actually feel it, and it's priceless. My opinion, and it's priceless. But it loses its value if you don't share it.
Yeah.
So, we've been living in the last number of years under this weight.
Right.
And we have to find a way to get out from there. We have to help each other in order to do that. So my commitment to elevating people's awareness of social prescription is pretty much number one on my agenda.
Are you talking about being an Indigenous person or just anybody in general?
A human being.
A human being, okay.
Yeah. And so that's the principle of figuring out how to feel better without having to go to the medicine cabinet.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. There's good medicine out there, but it's right within you.
Right.
And we have to find a way to open that up and to share it with others. And if we do that, the world becomes a better place.
Yeah. Well, you got to be doing something right, because I think you're looking progressively better as time goes on. What's your secret then, obviously?
Allison.
Allison. I've heard that name a few times. Let's go back a little bit about Allison.
Or you have to understand, Allison knows everything.
She does, eh?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like to say Allison is a drunkard's dream. I don't have to think. I don't have to talk.
Yeah.
I just look at Allison and.
All right. Let's talk about Allison, because all the time you talk about Allison a lot. Tell people who Allison is.
Allison Jackson.
Your wife, right?
Born and bred in Winnipeg, and we met 38 years ago. And at that time, she saved my life.
She did.
As it did a number of other people.
Right.
You may not think that I know you, but I know you really well. Why? Because you saved my life. People like you saved my life.
I love that.
And speaking of love, here's the deal. You have to understand, the most important thing that I can say to you is that I love you.
I love that. That actually gets me going all the time, because we do have these business meetings that we have, and there could be 10 of us, but we always leave that to the end, that message.
Yeah.
I love you. Just remember that.
Yep.
Isn't that amazing?
It is.
I love that. That's a good message to have, because there's so much down stuff going on in this world. It's a different world, isn't it?
Yeah. But we have the opportunity in many ways, and maybe some that you don't know, but many ways to find economic independence.
Right. Yep.
I often say no money, no movie. So you may want something, but no money, no movie. So we have to figure out how to get under the weight of that we have for these last couple of years, but maybe even more so the weight that we've had for 300 years or 3,000 years. But we have to figure out how to do that. And if we want to be independent, we have to have economics.
Yeah.
economics is the key to independence.
Right.
And Michael and I have been working on this project.
Have we ever?
Just working on how to make available to First Nations carbon credits, because they're worth something. They're really worth something. And
the problem is there's not a lot of understanding about carbon credits right now at this time. Even a lot of our leadership don't know. Maybe in a Coles Notes version, you could explain to the people.
Why don't you do that?
Well, basically, it's getting for not disturbing the land and having it monetized, which means there's a value to your land without having to do mining. The people have spoken out there that years ago when I used to run for politics, the big thing that I wanted was power lines, mining, and everything. And our people have spoken and said, we don't want any of that. And it's kind of nice to know we have an alternative instead of mining to do carbon credits. Maybe coming from your side, explain.
And it's not just mining.
Yep.
It's not just land.
Right.
It's forests and it's water.
Trees.
And it's our lifeblood.
Yep.
It is Mother Earth's lifeblood. And she's there and we're here. And we're here to find independence. We're here to because we deserve this.
Yep.
We're here to get better education, better houses, better water, you know, and we have access to that now. We don't have to wait for somebody else to give this to us. We can now go and find it. And we can find a way for our communities, our children, for 7 generations to live high on the hog.
Yeah, might as well, right?
Yeah.
And what we did was, if you look at Birch Carbon Credits online, it's a new company that we just recently launched, and we have some really amazing people in this country that have gotten involved. Actually, yeah, we've made a good team because Tom is all about our people first. You've made that very clear. It's got to work for our people.
If it isn't, if something we do doesn't save lives, don't do it.
Yeah, exactly.
It has to have that ingrained. It has to have the DNA of saving lives.
Yeah, and it's either I love you or saving lives. That seems to be your biggest words all the time. And, you know, and it's not even about the money. It's about changing lives and making it better for our people. So keep an eye on Birch Carbon Credits. We have a very amazing group of people that are on board that have the same vision.
And don't get it wrong. This is not about us making money.
No.
This is about you, your land, your future, your religion, your freedom.
Yep. So anyway, it's very exciting, and there's going to be a lot of information coming out over the next couple of weeks. There's a lot of working pieces that are happening right now. So thanks for bringing that up, Tom, about the carbon credits. Really important. Okay. So Tom, what else are you doing? I know you're heavily involved with the Red Cross. Should we talk about a little bit about some of that stuff? You really
just the other day.
Yeah, just talk about what else.
International Red Cross Day, and I've been an ambassador. Don't get this wrong. I really don't want this to sound about me, but I worked with the Red Cross side by each for since 14. Yeah, when the flood happened in High River.
Right.
I became involved with the Red Cross, and I've been an ambassador with the Red Cross since then. And I've been honored by them. Okay, this part is about me. I'm happy. I'm proud. Thank you very much. I've been honored with the Order of the Red Cross, which is a very unique opportunity for me to just further take that and utilize that to do other things that I want to get done in the world. So the Red Cross is up there in my world. There's a lot of things to do, but a lot of things to talk about what I'm involved in. But as much as that's really interesting, that's not. I do that because I want to. I have a life when I wake up in the morning, and I have a life before I go to sleep at night, and it invigorates me, it keeps me alive. So, but that's not the deal.
Right.
The deal is that. The deal for me is nothing about money.
No.
It's about saving lives.
Yeah, and I know that about you, and it is an honor to be working with you because you have the same principles as I do. Because we are always trying to give back to the communities. Because I got my start on a reservation. I was 15 years old, and I care about our people. And if there's philanthropy involved, whether it's coats for kids or hockey equipment, that's what I strive to do. So getting back, a lot of our listeners, especially up north, used to be absolutely, maybe we're jumping the gun here, is the north of 60 is where I think you became extremely well known to a lot of our people, the north of 60 show. What year was that, Tom?
We haven't shot a frame of North of 60 since 1997, and that I mean, there were movies of the week kind of things,
Right.
But not as the episodic, and it started in about 1992, thereabouts.
1992.
And now, if you liked that, you have to watch on Sunday nights. You have to watch Sullivan's Crossing.
Yes.
Because Sullivan's Crossing in itself is a very unique show. I watch news. I watch news. That's what I do once a day, and I watch it, the later version of it. And when it's on, the in between commercials about shows are all shoot 'em ups.
Right.
They're all about violence, and they're just full of action. And then an ad comes up and talks about Sullivan's Crossing, and everything goes from this to this. I was trying to figure out what is it about Sullivan's Crossing, and there was a little one nearby, and they went peaceful. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Pleasant.
Mm-hmm.
Those were the two words. Pleasant.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're not doing something on Sunday night, look up Sullivan's Crossing.
Well,
and find some pleasance.
Yeah, we've been getting actually some notifications about Sullivan's Crossing. Fans just now talking about Sullivan's Crossing, so that's really good to hear. Where is Sullivan's Crossing shot? Where is this taking place?
It's in an area around a soundstage in Halifax.
Around Halifax,
yeah, around Nova Scotia. And actually, Nova Scotia is a star of the show.
Really?
It's one of the stars.
Nova Scotia is known for good music.
Yeah. Yeah,
they're known for good music.
Yeah.
So it's shot in Halifax. Is there another season coming? It's been 3 years now.
They're broadcasting the 4th season, and we're going back to Halifax in August, July.
Right. Yeah.
To start shooting the 5th season.
Can you tell some of the people that don't know about Sullivan Crossing what the plot is all about?
No.
You can't. They got to watch it, right?
Yeah. Well, okay. It's about a neurosurgeon that goes back to their small town to start their life again.
Okay.
And it's that experience between her and the community itself that this show is based on.
Okay. And who are you in the show? What character?
I'm Tom Jackson.
Tom Jackson. I like that. I guess after all these years, you are Tom Jackson.
There is another guy out there that plays me. His name is Frank Cranebear.
Frank Cranebear?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he plays Tom Jackson.
Yeah.
In the show. Yeah.
Well, getting back to Sullivan's Crossing, what are some of the memorable movies that stand out? Like, what are some of your biggest movies or series that really stick out in your mind?
Well, there have been many,
Mm-hmm.
but I think my most enjoyable role in all of this was a movie called Medicine River.
Medicine River.
Yeah.
And where was that?
And that was shot in and around the High River area that I mentioned earlier.
Okay.
And it was great. And my dear late friend Graham Greene was a co-star of that.
He was an amazing guy.
And we had an awesome time.
Right.
But that show, and then I was fortunate enough to do a series called Shining Time Station, and my character was a guy by the name of Billy Two Feathers, who Billy, not unlike Frank,
Mm-hmm.
fixed things around the train station. When something was wrong, when the kids were, having issues, they'd come to, Billy Two Feathers and ask for some help. Anyway, but my career as an actor in a lot of ways I had similar roles. Maybe I was typecast.
Right.
Maybe. But it was good.
Yep.
I mean, it is good.
Yeah.
But enough about me. What about you?
Well, no, one more thing.
I said enough about me. What about you?
Well, what about me?
I can railroad the show.
Okay.
Didn't I just say that?
I know. Well, I come from the Garden Hill Anishinaabe Nation.
Yep.
Right. And I'm very proud member of the Garden Hill Anishinaabe Nation. I'm Daga Gansinuk. Namanenda ma episats. Staying in my but Tom's as we jog him. He's my friend, and I'm so honored. So I'm happy about that. And I brought my headdress today, and I was telling Tom.
Nista.
Yeah, Nista. Yeah. So I brought my headdress in today because it symbolizes the 4 communities that I represented while I was Grand Chief. And I had it stored in a nice glass cabinet at home. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to be interviewing Tom a little bit. I'm going to grab what I can to show
Me too.
you.
I was a chief.
Yeah.
Chief Kennedy, north of 60.
Oh, that's right. That was
Chief Kennedy.
You were Chief Kennedy in north of
Lynx
60?
River.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was an amazing show. And I couldn't wait to watch the weekly episodes. It was amazing. And I'm still in touch with Tina Keeper. She's a local Winnipegger, and it's an honor to know her as well.
I run into her quite often at the Shoppers Drug Mart parking lot.
You do?
And I don't live here.
That's where you bump into her?
It's uncanny how many times I've run into her.
Okay, before, so anyway, I want to go back a little bit. Do you know the Huron Carol was something that I used to go and see, and it was a sold-out event. Can you talk a little bit about that fundraiser, what the Huron Carol was about? Because that was a pretty big deal at one point. And you used to do that every Christmas.
Well, and it is still quite high level up now. The last broadcast of the Huron Carol, which was his last year, and it's different every year, as you would know, but this last year had 700,000 views.
Oh,
that's phenomenal. 700,000.
Wow.
So I'm not saying that we're going to do it again, but we might do it again. Talking to some folks this year about what that might look like, so it's not exactly the same as it was in previous years. But over the course of the history, we stopped counting. But when we stopped counting, we had raised over $260 million.
Oh my gosh, that's a lot of money.
Cash and food services mostly.
Right.
For food banks across Canada and disaster relief and other things. But it's a big soul piece in my heart.
Yeah. Well, you give back a lot, Tom. So is it held in a different city every year?
We used to tour it.
I remember that.
So go from rock to rock.
Right.
Newfoundland to Victoria. But in the last 5 years, because I'm shooting Sullivan's Crossing, it kind of takes us out of the ability to take that time to go across country.
Right.
So it has been, as it was 15 years ago, became a television special again, which, as I just mentioned, was viewed very highly. We might do it again this coming year.
Right.
Taking it in a different format, something maybe more intimate, but we're working on the ideas.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
That's awesome, Tom. I'm happy. Don't stop that, because I think our people do need food. There's a lot of depression going on out there on the street, and a lot of our people are there affected. And if we could change their minds and views, they can snap out of it, And me being a former addict years ago myself, I was able to pull myself out of it by just making those changes and having faith and following role models like you, Tom.
And having someone there, you don't have to actually touch them.
Yeah.
You just have to know that they're there.
Yeah.
And that gives you all the faith in the world to believe that you're going to see another day. And you don't always have to help one individual or two or three. Sometimes it's good to help people who help people.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. So being an Indigenous person today, what do we have to look forward to as today compared to 20, 30 years ago?
Well, I think we have an understanding that we're living, breathing, and people know that we're living and breathing.
Yeah.
So the fact that we're verified as human beings is relative to the world. I mean, I've said before, it wasn't one blow that brought us to our knees. It was 1,000 cuts.
Right.
And as soon as we, as a society, recognize that there has been this injustice, and I don't really want to put down this word because I know what you're thinking. You're going, oh, no, I don't want to hear that again. I had nothing to do with that. Oh, no, you didn't. You didn't have anything to do with that. But you do have something to do with what they call the future.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about what reconciliation has been declared as.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about what a future looks like. How does the future affect you? How does it affect your children? How do you realize the value of a gift when you help somebody and they help somebody and they help somebody and the person maybe fourth down that line is your sister or your brother, right, or your mother or your father or your son or your daughter? What if? So we don't really know the value of the gift, but what we do know is that people are living, breathing organisms and a cell of a greater piece, right, which is what the Creator created, and that's a human being.
Just beautiful, Tom. That's a good way to put it. You put it in such a different way that I wouldn't even know where to start on that, Tom. You know, so what are your plans in the near future? What do you want to happen over the next, say, 10 years, Tom Jackson?
No, that's too far.
you don't look
I'm
that
talking
far.
about what's going to happen in the next 5 minutes. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen in the next 5 minutes. Tom. Oh, there's a coffee calling my name.
There, yeah.
And I got to go.
Yeah, I know.
But don't forget this.
What?
That I
love you. There you go. What an honor today to have my good friend Tom. I want to thank you from my bottom of my heart, Tom, for being here today. I'll grab any time I can get from you. I can't believe it. It's a pleasure. Thank you.
You bet.
Thank you very much, everybody. It's a pleasure and an honor.
Always in a good way.
Always in a good way. And I love you.
Always in a good way.